Hello, my name is Sullivan Nord, and today I'll be talking to you guys about celiac disease and gluten. So what is gluten? Gluten is a combination of proteins that, did something wrong, there we go, that, when put together, affects the elasticity of the dough and gives nourishment to plant embryos during germination. Now there are two proteins that are found in gluten. You see right there. There's gliadin and glutenin. And when added with starch, they make gluten. Now if you ever take raw dough and you pull it apart, what happens? It doesn't just break apart in two clumps, it stretches. And when it stretches, that is the gluten. It affects the elasticity. In fact, the Latin word for glue is gluten. So, for the normal person, gluten isn't bad, but it is everywhere in today's society. If you look around, especially in America, especially in the South, we thrive on fried foods, and especially as teenagers, pizza is our thing. That's what we do. But for some people in the world, they have gluten intolerance. So what is a gluten intolerance? It is an abnormal immune system response. But there's one gluten intolerance that's even worse. It's called celiac disease. So what is it? All right, well, in the small intestine, there it is, you have these little cavities. And on the sides, you have the villi. And now the villi, they take nourishment from foods when it comes down, and they give it and deposit it to your bloodstream. Now, when you have celiac disease, there's an issue. The immune system looks at gluten and attacks it. But that's not too bad. It can be destroyed, no big deal. But what happens in the crossfire is that the villi become shorter and become damaged, as you can see right there and right there. It's all gross. But right here, it's all tall and it's getting nutrients, and when it happens, it's shorter. And see how many nutrients are compared to here and to here? You're going to become malnourished, no matter how much healthy food you can eat. Now, for the villi to heal, it takes about 3 to 6 months for a small child. Now, for a teenager or an adult, it takes years. So it's a really big bummer. But what's even worse are the effects. These are lists of things that will happen to you if you eat gluten and don't do anything about it while you have celiac disease. Some that are not on there are iron deficiency amnesia, miscarriages, more cancer, and even more diseases. So it is a big problem. So when you have it, you really have to hurry up and treat it before it gets too far. So how do you do it? Well, researchers and doctors every day are trying to find new ways of developing a cure. But so far there isn't. The best way right now to deal with that is a gluten-free diet. And it is exactly what it sounds like, not eating gluten. And it is a really hard diet. As I said earlier, gluten is everywhere. But it's not too bad. When you see this burger, it is a gluten-free burger. Looks pretty good. Doesn't taste as good, but it's good. Now, especially for eating out. If you go out to eat, what do you eat? There's always a side of bread or something. So you always have to fear cross-contamination, which I'll explain what that is in a minute, and just normal everyday bread. So you have to ask for a gluten-free menu or make sure you know what you're eating, or else you will be contaminated. Now, what is cross-contamination? You take a plate, you put some crumbs on the plate, and then you serve a gluten-free meal on the plate. You cannot eat that because there's a little bit of gluten, which can completely destroy your villi, and it sucks. So this is the symbols that you can find on products, like at Whole Foods. They have 2 aisles just for gluten-free items, and they'll have that or that, so you can make sure. So why am I talking about this? Well, my brother, Noah Nord, he's right there. He graduated last year, and he is going to TCC, and he's doing great. He has celiac disease. Not only does he have that, he's allergic to soy and dairy. So when it comes to food, he has a hard life. So as our family, we try to support him, and we eat gluten-free mostly at home, except for my dad and I, because we love it. It's delicious. Gluten's good. But we try to support him. We try to help him out. We found out he had celiac disease in the spring before coming to Oakridge. So right about now, he's probably just fully healed. So he is struggling right now. He has to worry every day about what he's eating, but we try to help him. As long as he stays on the gluten-free diet, he should be okay. Thank you.